Andy, we went down to Worthing on Saturday, and first of all, can we talk about Tom Fiddler's awesome try?
Tom Fiddler's awesome try, which has been watched many, many times by anybody that can find any footage of it. And hopefully you get this onto Facebook and everybody else can enjoy it. I suppose, yeah, it was a good try. I mean, Tom's worked really hard this season, and he truly does run from the halfway line off some front row forwards, score a try from a yard out, and then tell everybody that it was from the halfway line. Well, on this occasion, Tom took it from the halfway line. It starts with some good work from Ben West, who rips the ball clear and then pops it to Alistair Widdop, who then gives it to Fidz, and Fidz is on the halfway line when he receives that pass. Gives it to Dominic, who then cuts in, and Fidz does a run around, and then it's all Fidz from maybe the 10-metre line, taking great delight in bumping off Greg Sullivan, and then holding off the winger all the way down the line, and then reproducing the same manoeuvre on a covering winger and a centre, and anybody else who dared to turn up, quite honestly. So a big broad smile on the prop's face at the end of it. So that was good. It's a shame that we weren't able to reproduce that a little bit more often. We did have some chances, but didn't really take them. Second half we performed a lot better, and maybe had a better idea of how we were going to achieve things. And we'll obviously be better prepared next time when they come up to us in a few weeks' time. So a little bit disappointed that perhaps we were capable of more, and it took us half a game to work it out. But we'll know what to expect next time round. So we'll go from there.
Sorry to keep going back to Tom's amazing try, but do you think it was the best try that you can remember a front row player scoring for Newbury?
Front row player? Well, I'm sure there are many. I don't know how many ex-front row players listen to this, and I'm sure there are people like Rob Faulkner, who was here a few weeks ago, and Simon Carter, and probably Julian Brammer. All of those guys were at the club and probably talk you through the try they scored from the halfway line. But it's as good as any, quite honestly, forward. You don't often expect these big fellas to put on a turn of speed, and for that length of time. And Tom's had his critics over the last 2 or 3 years regarding his fitness, and I think he's really stepped up this season. I think he's playing the best rugby that I've seen him play here. His fitness is better. He's carrying the ball more often. He's scoring tries. I think that puts him up to 6 or 7 tries, which is no mean feat for a front row forward. He's putting in lots of tackles. He's finding himself not injured as much. Quite often when he is injured, it's usually an opportunity for everybody else to have a rest, and that's his whole old head coming to the party in that respect. So, yeah, I mean, difficult to say whether it's the best one. Probably, certainly one of the best. I can remember Tom Radbourne's scampering in from 10 metres, but Tom's obviously not a front row player, but I'm sure he'll probably expect his try to be mentioned in dispatches.
Was that against Plymouth?
Oh, yeah, well, yeah. I'll take your advice on that one.
It was
here, and I can remember it just all opening up and Tom realising that he was the only person that was going to be able to finish it off. But, yeah, there's been a few of them, but that was in that respect, pretty good, really, from one of the front row forwards.
Okay, we have to talk about other people apart from Tom. So what's been happening this week?
Well, obviously the usual process with regards to finding out who's fit and able. Unfortunately, Greg Price broke a toe at the weekend, and that's why he came off at half-time, and we did a little bit of organisation in the pack. But fortunately, we did have cover in that respect. So he probably won't recover. Big plus for us is that Paul Archer trained. We didn't do contact on Tuesday, but he's back and running and eager to go. So we'll see how he goes tonight. Hopefully he'll be able to fill in the gap left by Greg, so that should be good news. Andy Cannock is away on business. I just did ask him whether his flight could be delayed, and he is going to the Middle East, and wondered whether that country would still be operating. But no, it's all sound, so he's off. But fortunately, Jack Taggart, who was with us at the weekend but struggling with a shoulder, so that's why we didn't put him on. is fit and well. So we are able to change like with like, which is good. And then one for the future, not too far away now, is that Dave Wells, who played no more than 20 minutes against Henley, back in
10 minutes.
Whenever that was, September, has been back in training, and hopefully we're going to have Dave available in the next couple of weeks, which will give us another option in the back row. So that's exciting news for us and for him. It's been a very frustrating season for him. He hurt his foot stroke ankle in that game, and since then has had an operation and has been on crutches and in plaster, and slowly but surely getting back. And cardiovascularly now is really what we're working on, so that he can do a job for us. So that's exciting for the next couple of weeks' time, really.
Okay, that's great news. And we've got a new young player joining us, I believe.
Yeah, a lad called Jonathan Inglis. I think Malcolm's referred to him in the Newbury Weekly News as Johnny English. He obviously misheard my pronunciation of his surname. It's Ingles, no H at the end and no E at the front, so Inglis rather than English. He is also from Overton, where Miles has come from. Been involved with the London Irish Gold Group. They haven't picked him up, so clearly he's got some talent. He came and trained with us last week, and we, quite like the look of him. And certainly, if he steps up in the same way that Miles did, then that'd be quite exciting. So we're keen to get him involved in some capacity this weekend against Western Park.
Okay, and we're hoping for tries on Saturday, obviously.
Well, the weeks are running out for us to pull off the greatest miracle in rugby history, probably. We can't afford to let games like this slip by. So if we are to give it a go, which we're all keen to, then this is clearly one of those games we've got to win. It's a winnable game. It's against a side who are in the bottom part of the league with us, and so they're the sides we need to beat if we're going to catch them up. So the infamous 10 points, or whatever you want to call it. But obviously they'll be confident. They won at the weekend. They beat Hinckley away, and they also need to win because they may well, and them and many others already earmarked us as one of the relegation candidates. So they're all battling for the last two spaces, and they need to stay winning. If they lose, that will set them back, and it'll make it a bigger gap for them to breach. So they'll be keen to win. We'll be keen to win. They've won 3 times, but they haven't won at home. So they'll be keen to obviously get that one off their back as well. So there'll be lots of nervous bodies, I suppose. Everybody, keen to win a game, but it may be one of those games which could be a thriller or just be a mess and decided on someone's mistakes rather than someone's inspiration.
Okay, let's hope for a good result.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, Rob. Well, Rob. Watch out! Come on,